Chuck Todd is NBC's political director and, of course, the moderator of Meet the Press. Chuck, good morning. The news of your interview with John Lewis, which will air in its entirety in just a little bit on Meet the Press, hit on Friday like a thunderbolt. When you have someone of John Lewis's respect, of his authority, saying that this is not a legitimate president, what is the impact of that?
Look, I think the impact is going to be, number one, I think it is going to give a permission slip to maybe a lot of Democrats who wanted to say it but didn't feel comfortable saying it, to say it. That's number one, and that could divide the Democratic Party. You know, some Democrats came out early on Friday and respectfully disagreed with John Lewis. I think David Axelrod was one of them, noting that he thought it was bad when there was legitimacy questions thrown at President Obama. But Donald Trump's decision to attack and to essentially react the way he did seemed to unify the Democrats now in a way that maybe they wouldn't have been as unified. They had been sort of wrestling with how to handle this. Well, there's no wrestling anymore, and instead, I think Donald Trump bought himself some problems with Republicans.
Well, you know, it's interesting because we've learned from Donald Trump that no criticism can go unanswered.
Right.
Look at John McCain, you look at the Gold Star family and the Khans, whoever it is, it doesn't matter who you are, he's going to hit back at you. Is this time different now, though, because of who John Lewis is, number one, and number two, because this is not a campaign anymore. This is the man who's going to be president in 5 days.
No, I think that's right. And it reminds me more of what happened to the Khan family and that controversy that surrounded that, where you basically, and if you noticed yesterday, there was silence among many Republicans, not wanting to get involved, not wanting to say anything. Those that did so respectfully of Lewis more than respectfully of Trump. So I feel like if you're looking for, have we seen this before? We did after both McCain and the Khan episode. I guess that this is 5 days before the inauguration. I mean, and if you throw this in, you know, this does create a situation where, as an outsider, you look at this, Willie, and you say, our political situation just appears unstable. If this were taking place in another country, our State Department would be, you know, briefing the president to say, hey, you know, country X over here has a really unstable leadership situation during their transition of power. This is the United States, and right now we have perhaps half of one political party in one place. You've got Donald Trump at war with the intel community. You've got this issue with press freedoms being questioned by Donald Trump's administration. So it is a very, very, odd situation to be in 5 days before an inauguration.
And for all those reasons you laid out, were you surprised that John Lewis said what he said so publicly? Did it sound as you talked to him like he appreciated what he was saying and the impact it was going to have?
Oh, he knew the impact. He knew. Look, I had no idea going in. I set this interview up a couple weeks ago, to be honest, Willie. I thought it would be a poignant moment. John Lewis's take on the political situation here on Martin Luther King weekend, last Sunday of the Obama presidency. And then I just simply asked him a question about, would he forge a relationship with Donald Trump the way he had with previous presidents? And that is all I asked. And that's the answer we got. He knew what he was doing, and he just felt he put it in moral terms, Willie.
Setting us up for a crazy day on Friday at the inauguration now. 20-some, probably that number will grow. As you say, Democratic Congress people not going to be there. Right. Artists pulling out, protests. It'll be a wild day on Friday. Chuck Todd, thanks so much.